Oxford High School shooter's parents are officially headed to trial on involuntary manslaughter charges after the state Supreme Court today denied their appeal to have their cases thrown out. Our Gino Vici joins us from attorney Ben Johnson's office in downtown Detroit with his reaction on the ruling.
Of course, James and Jennifer Crumbley trying to get their case thrown out in court. It did not work. Now, I want to point out the state Supreme Court is not ruling on innocence or guilt here. They're simply deciding that they are not interested in hearing this case right now, which means the criminal complaint against the parents of the Oxford shooter may continue. Meanwhile, the attorney for the victims' families say this ruling helps their civil case.
Needless to say, that my clients are very happy that we're now moving forward. So this is an important step.
Attorney Ben Johnson represents some of the Oxford school shooting victims' families in a civil case against the Oxford School District. He says now that the case against the parents of the Oxford shooter can move forward, that is a good thing, not only for his civil case, but also for the family's ability to get closure.
Because they went and bought him the gun, and then they made sure he was nice and trained for it the day before, right, the shooting. It's a long trail of people that should be held responsible under the law. Criminal often goes first before civil.
I think anything that brings the truth out is helpful.
Wolf Mueller also represents victims' families. He says his clients are relieved to know that James and Jennifer Crumbley will face trial, and says he agrees their trial will likely reveal important information needed for their civil case against the Oxford School District.
I know my clients are very happy, and it's a good day for them. They get to get closer to closure and justice, because all they want to do is hear what really happened that day and the days preceding to the tragedy.
That tragedy 2 years ago claimed the lives of Hannah St. Juliana, Tate Meir, Madison Baldwin, and Justin Schilling, and injured 7 others. The Oxford school shooter pled guilty and is now awaiting sentencing, and his parents will now face trial.
And then the jury gets to make that decision and go from there. Then ultimately, it'll be our turn in the civil courts.
Right now, there is no court date set for the parents of the Oxford shooter. They are both facing 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter. If convicted, they could spend the rest of their life in prison. In Detroit, Gino Vici, CBS News, Detroit.